Good morning, folks. This is Jay from Cold Nights Gaming, and today we are continuing our trek down the closet rabbit hole, and we are now on to the incredible PS2 games that I pulled from that legendary collection closet. There's definitely some garbo here, but there's also some incredible gems that are worth quite a bit of money. So stay tuned. We're about to get into it. So the first PlayStation 2 game I have here is Crimson Tears. And as you can see, I kind of like how a lot of these have the memories of where I got them. As you can see here, we have some of the information from the video store that I bought it out from. This was a video store called Movie Scene, where I live. And as you can see, it is complete. But there is the Movie Scene sticker on the game right here. Okay, so some of those stickers you can remove. These ones not so much. Those ones are very tough to get off. I'm sure they can, but yeah, I kind of think, because I'm not really trying to resell these, that it kind of spices it up. So Crimson Tears, I didn't play this one. It is one that I would like to stream once I have my PS2 set up again, but this is a pretty nice one. All right. And now, one that I did play a ton, and it's actually from my OG collection a long time ago, Graffiti Kingdom. Now, if you haven't played this one, this is a really special title. It's one of the games where you actually draw your own characters, and based on the size that you make their limbs, and their head, and their different things, affects their attributes. And as you can see, there's some examples of little characters that people made. All right. So this game, really special. It's something that me and my wife both greatly enjoyed back when we played this game. So, Graffiti Kingdom, definitely one to check out. Okay. Resident Evil Dead Aim. So this is one of the light gun compatible shooters for Resident Evil that wasn't quite as beloved as many of the other titles, but definitely has gotten a cult following over time. So this one's pretty fun. I did play it quite a lot because I just adore everything Resident Evil. But this one, definitely worth checking out if you're a fan of the genre, or specifically the game. If you're not, maybe not for everybody, but definitely worth a playthrough. Ooh, this is one I loved messing around with when I was younger. RPG Maker 3. RPG Maker 3. If you've played any of these games, they're incredible. You can make your own little stories with the assets they have. Unfortunately, on the consoles, there's not a lot of customizability as far as like the sprites and artwork you can import. But still a really fun game to kind of make your own adventure. The ones on the computer, you can import titles and download assets and stuff, so you can definitely make a more unique experience, but still very fun. Wave Rally. I'm pretty sure that I have played every single knockoff of Wave Race, because I adored Wave Race. And it's just a series they didn't really continue. They had Blue Storm on the GameCube, but unfortunately they did not continue the series past that. And as you can see, this one is complete. This is another one that was from my original collection. This one I remember being pretty good, pretty comparable to Wave Race. All right, here we go. This one is unfortunately not complete, but it's still boxed. Time Splitters, Future Perfect. Okay. As you can see in the back, there's a little monkey you can play as. That's pretty cool. This is another one we definitely got from a liquidation or a buyout. And there's the disc. So, unfortunately not complete, but it is still boxed. So, pretty cool. Alright, then we have Star Trek Conquest. This is not one that I played, but it looks like it is a spaceship strategy game. So kind of like an intergalactic war simulator. Looks pretty neat. And as we can see, there we go. Star Trek Conquest. Interesting enough, this is from Bethesda. So, I was not aware that Bethesda made Star Trek tactical games. Alright, so this one's a little two-parter. And so we have the basic Final Fantasy 12 release. Okay. And this one is complete, as you can see. Nice book. This is a game that I kind of felt got underrated, and even I feel like I kind of underrated it. I actually didn't end up playing through it till years later, and I went back and really enjoyed it. So I think that people that didn't give it a chance definitely should. And this is the steelbook for it, which is pretty neat. This is the collector's edition, and as you can see, it has the bonus disc with bonus features and a beautiful book. It is definitely a nice steelbook, definitely something to check out. And definitely comes from a different time where collector's editions had like a bonus DVDs and stuff. A lot of them now are including like a lot of crafty things, a lot of figures, soundtrack CDs or vinyls. Definitely all cool stuff, but definitely a different experience in the past with some collector's editions. Okay, so on to Suikoden 4 next. So this one does have a little damage to the game art, as you can see. But it is more or less intact. Okay. Unfortunately, I do not have the book for this one. But it is a wonderful game. So definitely worth checking out. So this one is one I definitely enjoyed. A great simulation game. And then you could play through it, and then you could do little action scenes in it. So this one is Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. And this one was pretty hard to find at the end of the PS2's life. I remember I went through a lot to get it from GameStop. I ended up having them like ship it from another store in Massachusetts up to one in New Hampshire so that I could pick it up. So this one is complete and pretty fun game. Pretty fun game. All right, another one of the incredible art games that we definitely enjoyed together as a married gaming couple. Magic Pen Gel. This was the first one we played. I want to say Graffiti Kingdom was the one that came out after. But this one, again, you can see the little creatures that people made. Definitely a very interesting art style. And again, it was based on, and as you can see, the art is beautiful even on the book. It was based on, you know, how big you made their limbs and stuff, and that would give them different abilities and different stats. So definitely a fun game, and I suggest that anyone who hasn't tried Magic Pen Gel or Graffiti Kingdom give them a try. Even if you lack artistic talent like me, they're definitely fun games to play. All right, next up we have Naruto Ultimate Ninja. Greatest Hits Edition. And it looks like we got this one from Savers. Okay. And this one is complete. These games are always fun to play through. I don't know that they have a ton of value to them, but they're always a fun playthrough if you do like those games. This one looks like it is a tournament fighter, so kind of similar to Street Fighter. So here's a good one, and this one has kind of a foilish cover on it, something that Caesar would love. So this is Samurai Legend Musashi. Okay, really nice cover, as you can see. It's got some shine to it. All right, beautiful art on the back. Of course, it's a Square Enix game. And unfortunately, this one is not complete, but we do have the disc with the movie scene logo. So, pretty nice. All right, so this one, Guitar Hero Aerosmith. Now, this one's an odd one because I do have it complete. I do not have the box, but I do have the guitars that came with it. And I do have the stickers that came with it as well. I was into Guitar Hero a little bit during these times. So, pretty interesting. I don't know if Guitar Hero is something I'd be crazy into now. But this was fun, certainly during that time. Game that I definitely played a ton and enjoyed. Max Payne. This one is the greatest hits version. As you can see, got it for $2.99. I highly doubt it's worth very much more than that now. But definitely some great memories playing this one. As you can see, this one is complete. Love the art there. Makes it look like it's like a case file. So that is pretty neat. Alright, up next we have Onimusha Warlords. The Onimusha games are always fun. As we can see, we picked this one up at Sabres for $2.99 at some point. And this one is complete. Up next, we have another classic, Drakengard. You can see on the back here, get some pretty nice action scenes going there. And, ooh, this one actually still has the receipt. So when did I buy this? I bought this on 12/6/2012, along with Samurai Warriors 2. So this must have been when they were still kind of selling PS2 games in their regular rotation. You know, still a couple of years after the PS3 came out. But this one's definitely a pretty memorable one. The Drakengard series is great. I really adored Drakengard 3, except for the ending with the rhythm game. Suddenly they had like a high artificial difficulty that I never ended up beating. I actually asked my wife to try to help. She couldn't get through it. The rhythm game was next to impossible, especially since the game did nothing to prepare you for that. It was an action hack and slash game, and then it becomes a very difficult rhythm game. So, next up we have Arc the Lad, Twilight of Spirits. Arc the Lad is a great series. As you can see, the art is beautiful. Unfortunately, I do believe this one is not complete, but there's the disc. Alright, this one was definitely a fun one. Definitely some great memories with this. Katamari Damacy. This is where it started. So, such a fun series of games. All of these games and the many iterations are fun to go back and enjoy. Love being the little prince, rolling the Katamari around and picking up any and everything, from little trinkets to humans and then continents. Definitely a fun game, for sure. We'll just briefly show this one. This is probably one of the ones that I played. MLB The Show 09 with Dustin Pedroia on the front. I believe that was after his MVP season. That one is complete. Probably very low value, but it was definitely something I enjoyed. Because I'm definitely a baseball fanatic. Alright, and then next we have Midnight Club Street Racing from Rockstar. Midnight Club was always a very fun series to play through. You know the rules. There are no rules. Oh, what do we got in here? Okay, so we got the Midnight Club game. And then we also have Grand Theft Auto 3 Xbox collection. I don't know why that's in here. I don't even know that I noticed that was in there. So yeah, we got a couple different games there. That's pretty neat. So we like that. And as you can see, remember that the PlayStation 2 games, some of them had the blue at the end of the life. So that's always an interesting thing. The black of the PlayStation 1, and then this blue color on the PlayStation 2. So, good stuff. Next up, we have Winback Covert Operations. Winback, I think, just recently had one of the games release on the Nintendo eShop. There we go. That one is complete. Curious as the value on that. I do love Koei. I'm a huge Techno Koei fanboy, so we'll see what that one's worth. And maybe I'll give that a playthrough, because I did not play that, if I remember correctly. I'm kind of looking at these discs. Yeah, because I was going to say, like, not all of them are blue, but the first couple I picked up were blue. So this one's a cool one, if anyone remembers these. Time Crisis 3 from Namco. These games were pretty popular at their time. Great action shooter. As you can see, there's your team. Good stuff. I don't think I played this one. I definitely should give it a check out. The characters look pretty fun. Ooh. Good times. Sonic Heroes. Sonic's PlayStation 2 debut. Team Sonic. Then you have Team Chaotix, Team Rose, and Team Dark. I remember I liked this game. I love the kind of like side characters in the Sonic universe. And I know like my wife was like obsessed with Knuckles. So we definitely had a fun time playing through that. And definitely worth checking out. I know some of the later Sonic games were not super great. But that one was definitely worth a playthrough. Alright. So we have Hitman 2. Silent Assassin. This one looks like we picked it up from Savers. I do not remember playing through this one, so this one was definitely one I just kind of picked up. Hitman 2. Oddly a series I never really got into. But they were very popular, and maybe one of these days I'll give them a try. Alright, so these are some good ones here. So we got Guilty Gear, Accent Core Plus. Great games, especially if you love the Axis fighting games. And this one comes with a neat soundtrack CD and the book, and wonderful like rock music in these games. Love them to death. I don't know if this one has my favorite character, Bridget, in it, but wonderful games. The Arc Systems fighting, so good. Arc System works. So this one is Guilty Gear X2. Alright. And this one does have Bridget. I can see her on the back. So we adore Bridget. And like I said, these fighting games are always a joy to play through. Really advanced combo systems. And very competitive online environments when you play the newer ones that still have the servers running. And then the book is a little wrinkled on this, but it is there. So, it looks like it may have a little moisture damage, but it is there. Good stuff. Oh, here's a good one. And these have all become surprisingly valuable. I find it odd because they're one of the titles that, even though they by no means are rare, I think the demand for them, and possibly the fact that they weren't kept in the greatest condition, or many of them were lost or thrown away, may contribute to that. But Silent Hill 2, and we definitely have the, the stickers from GameStop on it, but still pretty nice copy. And it is complete. This game is probably one of the most transformative games for a lot of people. It really kind of changed how we think about horror and how we think about, that type of gameplay. So, like, that is one that I played through multiple times. My wife played through multiple times. We've adored the soundtrack by Akira Yamaoka. And it started like a rich history of those games being as good as they are, but also the musical aspect of it. Like, even the games later in the series that weren't very good had tremendous musical performances from Akira Yamaoka and Mary Ellen McGlynn doing the vocals on a lot of those songs. So if you haven't played those games and horror really isn't your thing, I would say definitely check out the soundtracks, especially for Silent Hill 2, 3, and The Room. They're definitely something that, even though you may not enjoy the gameplay in the games, are something that you could probably definitely get into. Alright, up next, we have Smuggler's Run. And this one is complete. Okay, from Rockstar. It looks like we got this one from Savers as well. And there's that. I never played this, but most of the games that Rockstar makes are pretty good quality. So they may be something that would be fun to check out. So this is one that I've had, and I've always wanted to check out because the art was very interesting. So one of these days I will finally get around to checking it out. And that's Orphan, Scion of Sorcery. This one we did also get from Savers. Okay. And And this one is unfortunately not complete. We just have the game. But it looks pretty interesting. And it's something that I remember since it came out kind of early in the console's life. It was definitely something I wanted to check out. So maybe at some point I will definitely play through that eventually. Next we have Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And these kind of come from a time where these games would like unapologetically just use like the movie like covers and stuff for licensed games. This one was from Ubisoft. It probably actually wasn't a bad game. I didn't play this one, but I do love the series. And most of these like combat games, like martial arts games, are pretty good. But yeah, like unapologetically just use the like movie assets, and you can see that those are like the digitized, computer graphics, but basically just taking up the setup of the movie's cover. So pretty fun. All right, so this one's from Activision, Neversoft, Gun. I do remember that this one was really popular when it was out. If I never played it, but looking at it, it definitely seems like a precursor to Red Dead. But looks pretty interesting. I don't know if they're supposed to look that creepy, but look how creepy that horse's eyes look. See if I can get that to focus there. Look at his eye. That's weird. I don't know if he's supposed to be some kind of like monster or what, but that looks pretty creepy, honestly. There we go. Gun. That one is complete. I definitely have to check that out and see what the story with the horses is, because that's a little disturbing, actually. So, this is one I absolutely adored. It is so good, guys. So, we have Persona 4, 2 discs. Love it to death. Includes bonus disc. The game has a special soundtrack CD, and the music in these games is incredible. I actually probably should pop that in and just rip it so that I can have that. I'm sure it's available on YouTube, but it would be something pretty nice to have. But yeah, adored this. This is where it originally came. So I remember when I first really got into it, Golden was out. And I had played it a bit when it had first come out, but I really wanted to go back and revisit it. And I did not have a working PS2 at the time. So I finally got my hands on one, and went through all the trouble to set that up just to play Persona 4. And then eventually I ended up playing Golden and loving that too. But yeah, that kind of instrumental in getting me into retro games again, because it got me to, dig up or go find a system to play it on. So definitely worthwhile. And I kind of have to do that again because I don't know where either my white, silver, or black PS2 are. They may actually be in a storage unit. So I may actually have to go find those, because going through these games for the first time in so many years, it makes me want to go back and play a lot of these. So next up we have Pac-Man World 2. On the back you can see like a swimming Pac-Man. And this one is complete. As you can see, there's Pac-Man swimming away from that shark. If I remember correctly, these games are pretty fun. I mean, they're not platformers on the level of like Mario, but still pretty fun. I think it would be something to have a little enjoyment from. Alright, so this one has some damage to the outer case. It does not look like it's on the art, which is good. Ooh, good game's flying out. Alright, so this one has a Devil May Cry demo CD. That might kind of give away what the game is. And then Resident Evil Code Veronica X. And you can see we get some kind of like stain on the front of the actual case, not the cover art, thankfully. But yeah, looks pretty neat. I love Code Veronica. This one was the release on the PlayStation 2. It is the Resident Evil 5th anniversary, it says. And yeah, great game. Great re-release, and it's pretty cool that it has a little demo CD. Alright, so this one has got beautiful art. Beautiful art. Castlevania, Curse of Darkness. Look at that. Look at him. Damn. Pretty neat. And then this one is complete. I never got crazy into the Castlevania games, but kind of a renewed interest in them because of my friend Allie, who's huge into Metroidvanias. So I keep telling myself that I'm gonna check out some of those games. I've downloaded a couple of them that are available digitally on the Switch, and I have quite a few of them in my retro collection that I need to get around to checking out. All right, Eggmania Extreme Madness. I don't really know what to say about this one. It's a Kemco title. We know that some of the Kemco titles now can be dubious. It looks like it might be like a puzzle game, I guess, where you control a little egg dude, and it's in like a Tetris-style setting. Yeah. I never played it. Definitely picked this up at like Savers. But cool to have in the collection, I guess. All right. Myst 3 Exile. This one is not complete, but Myst games are very fun. Perfect place to plan revenge. Discover the legend. And again, not complete, but there's the disc. Ooh. Sorry about my fingernails. I'm just looking at them in the camera, and they're like really dirty because I have been going through this closet. I was actually looking for those PS2 consoles. It's very dusty in there. So my fingernails look terrible, so sorry. I'm not normally a terrible wretch. But I'm not sure why this is in here. But it's pretty cool. So this is the London 1969 PlayStation Mission Pack. It's got the booklet there and the game. But it's a PlayStation 1 game for sure. But yeah, I guess because it was in kind of like a jewel case. But that's pretty neat. Let's take a look at the book. Ooh, this book is in a rough shape. I don't even think I can open it yet. It's like sealed shut by wetness. So this one probably doesn't have very much value to it, but still pretty neat to have. Alright, here's another big one. So, Shadow Hearts Covenant with the 2-disc set labeling still on it. These games were beloved by people, and this one has both discs. It does have the rental stickers on them, but it is still complete. So I know to some people those rental stickers may decrease the value, but I like them because they remind me of where I got them from. So like any game in this collection that says movie scene on it is either from a time where they were just selling some games as they moved on, or when they finally closed and I actually went in and liquidated a large portion of their collection as far as like their games. So they're great memories, and I'm not trying to resell these. So even though technically the stickers may decrease the value, for me, they're a reminder of my history with the game. So they add a little nostalgia to it in a weird way. Another game with beautiful art. All these seem to be so beautiful. The cover art on this is incredible. Castlevania, Lament of Innocence. Look at that. And then we have the back there. And this one is unfortunately not complete, but still a very nice title to have. All right, another one that is weirdly valuable. I know. I mean, I'll have to look it up when I add in post-production the actual values on all of them. But Silent Hill Origins. So, as you can see here, we got the scary nurses. And then Travis saving Alyssa. But all of these games have become super valuable. And the funny thing is, like I said, I don't think any of them were rare when they were released. So that is kind of like an unusual thing. So this one is disc only. I don't even have the art, but at this point, this game is that expensive. Obscure. I'm pretty sure that disc only, this is $70, $80, maybe even more. The Obscure series, I only played Aftermath on the Wii. But very interesting and it was a very fun survival horror game. It felt very Resident Evil-like, almost like maybe copyright infringement. But they're pretty popular and they're very collectible. There's not a lot of them out there, where even to the point where just boxed or loose, without the manual, without it being complete, some of those games are very valuable. So, this one I never played, but Sega usually makes pretty good action games. So Headhunter Redemption. Pretty interesting looking one. This one is complete. And as you can see, it looks like we got some like espionage action on the back. Pretty neat. So this one's really cool. Unfortunately not complete, but this game was over the top. Onimusha 3 Demon Siege. This was back when games would put in like digitized computer graphics versions of real actors. This one had Jean Reno. These games were unbelievable. And, everyone loves Jean Reno, from Leon the Professional. He was in, like, Crimson Rivers. He was in quite a lot of stuff. The Mission Impossible movie at the time. So, really good stuff. So, it looks like that's it for today's PS2 games. There are so many that I've actually decided to split it into 2 videos. So, next week we will have the second half of the kind of closet finds for the collection. And there'll be more wonderful games, probably another 50 or 60 that are there. But I didn't want to make like an hour-and-a-half video and expect everyone to sit through it. So I thought I would kind of put it down into 2 bite-sized entries. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave me some comments if you have, nice memories with these games, or you guys have them, or it's something you want to talk about. As always, I thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, stay creepy.